everybody. So in this video, we'll talk about some investing tips I have for owner operators. So what you're seeing here is a premium subscription to Seeking Alpha. This is their YouTube page, and it costs about $250 a year to join Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha, and this is their website. It's really in-depth analysis of stocks, much more than what you're going to get from mainstream media, for example. So you can do a lot of research on stocks and ETFs or exchange traded funds or index funds, Bitcoin, all anything you can invest in, you can imagine is in here. And they give you analysts insight into those stocks. So let's say a common one might be, let's look up Berkshire Hathaway, and we're going to do the B shares. This is a stock that I recommended for owner operators to invest in. If you're new to investing, this is a very safe stock to invest in. And you can see their 1 year performance is over 18%. In 5 years, it's 166%. So what Seeking Alpha does, it gives you ratings. So it's a strong buy, and it gives you a grade scale A through F. So profitability is A plus, momentum is A, and you can look at the history of the ratings over time. Very, very interesting. You could do a lot of research using Seeking Alpha. So then you have the Seeking Alpha analyst ratings. And they'll have their own articles to support their position, whether it's a buy, hold, or sell, or a strong buy. So you can look at the articles by this professional investor. We can click on that. And they'll have really strong articles supporting their position. Now, depending on how much you're interested in that, you can go in as much detail as you possibly want, or you can just skim through it. So this is a premium base subscription service. Like I said, I think it's about $250 a year. It may be a little bit more than that. And the other thing they have is what they call Alpha Picks. This is what I like. Now this is, they give you their best stock pick 2 times a month. And so what you'll see is they'll send you a recommendation. This was the latest one, Easy Corp. You can see the rating as a strong buy. It's in the financial sector. Okay. And then you can go through here and look at the ones that they recommend. Before that was this healthcare stock, ARQT, another strong buy. Wells Fargo. So every 2 weeks they come up with a stock pick. Now to get alpha picks, that is an additional cost. I think that's going to be probably about another 250 to 500. See, this is upgrade to pro. See what that brings us. Full Full access to Seeking Alpha. Invest smarter, not harder. So I have an active subscription right now, but you can get it. You can do pro market research for $100 a month. But I have these two: Alpha Pick Access and Premium Access. It's not cheap. I think it cost me about $500 a year. So that's one way to invest. And there's other services out there to invest. Another one that I like that's free is this guy on YouTube, Investing Simplified with Professor G. This is his YouTube page. He's got 664 videos, 290,000 subscribers, and he does a lot of explaining how the stock market does in layman's terms. So here's one he just posted. His recommendations. He's a little bit younger guy, but the one that I would focus on the most if you're new to investing is this new 3 fund ETF portfolio. This is a very, very sound, basic investing. And what he's looking at is the S&P 500, a growth ETF, and a dividend ETF. Now, a dividend ETF might be SCHD, for example. A growth ETF might be QQQM. And the S&P 500 is an index fund like you can get from Charles Schwab. So I would recommend this video. I'll put links in the comments section for Professor G and for Seeking Alpha. But these are the two that I use the most. When I want to research, I'll look at both Professor G and Seeking Alpha. I would say I built my foundation of my portfolio with this 3 fund ETF for my IRA, and I also have an individual brokerage account in addition to the IRA. So I use the 3 fund ETF portfolio, and then I sprinkled in some of these Seeking Alpha recommendations. And the Seeking Alpha, for example, will give you a little bit higher return, but there's more risk. But the thing with investing, what you need to know as an owner operator, is that if you have set aside $10,000 or $15,000 for your maintenance needs, and you put that into a regular checking or savings account, you're not earning any interest. Instead, I would recommend you consider putting it into some very safe investments in a brokerage account, whether it's E-Trade or through your bank like Chase Bank or the Navy Federal Credit Union has investment. I think another one is Robinhood, for example. Whatever you may use, whatever online brokerage you use, and put some of your not all of your money, but some of your maintenance funds into a very safe investment that can get you at least 10% return on that investment. The average return on investment for the S&P 500 is 10%. So if we look like the last 5 years, the S&P 500 has returned 90%. So if on average it's 10% return per year. Last year they had over 20%. So if you had put $10,000 into the S&P 500 and you got a 20% return, that's an additional $2,000 you had for your maintenance that you didn't have to drive miles for. It's a lot more money you're going to have into your investment than you would earn interest in your checking or savings account. So you can also do that as you plan for a truck purchase, like you're saving money for a truck down payment. You can grow that money by investing it. Now, you want to invest it very safely. I wouldn't recommend going crazy here with high risk stocks, but you could do some very safe investing. And I would start with this 3 fund portfolio. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the internet.